Yo, welcome to Night and Day Metaphysics, Night and Day Network.
Yeah, I'm your host Isaac Curry,
It's your host J.R. Curry. We got a
and we
show for
got
y'all today.
right, man. Artificial intelligence
Yep,
and cloning.
and cloning. Artificial intelligence and cloning. Yep. Did they clone Dave Chappelle? Did they clone Jamie Foxx? Are the general
Hey, man,
populations being cloned? What's going on?
I feel like it's where it's advanced to. We
Right,
might have been born in it. We don't even know. That's the crazy thing about this,
right.
because one thing with clones, they don't know that they're clones.
No.
That's the thing with the clone, and they showed you that, and they cloned Tyrone.
Yeah, they did. You have no recollection of being cloned. You
Mm-mm.
have no recollection of even to previous lives or any of that.
Right, right.
Oh,
You wouldn't know.
nah, you wouldn't know. Not at
Uh-uh.
all.
I
So we gotta
mean, it's
uh,
theoretical. Uh, it's all theoretical. You remember on the movie Multiplicity with Michael Keaton? When they first cloned him, the clone thought he was the original one. He's like, I remember walking in here and saying,
yeah,
"Nope, you're not the original." So you wouldn't even know.
right. Shout out to y'all on Facebook that's tuning in. We got a nice show lined up. Shout out to y'all that's on YouTube tuning in as well. Got a great show lined up for y'all. Um, this is an extension of what we talked about previously yesterday of Dave Chappelle. Um, Dave Chappelle, people saying what's his name? Jim Brewer from
Yeah,
Half Baked, basically saying Dave Chappelle told him that people was after him before this was when Dave Chappelle had ran off to Africa. Um, he
right.
got he got visited by some very high level people. Jim Brewer didn't reveal who it was, but he said it was some very powerful people that visited Dave Chappelle. And he said when Dave came back, he was unrecognizable.
Right.
Yep. So yeah, we're gonna definitely get into that.
Unrecognizable.
Unrecognizable. That's what he was. That's what he told. That's what he was on Roseanne. He did a an episode podcast with Roseanne where she had him on as a guest.
Right.
Y'all remember Jim Brewer from Half Baked? Yep. So yeah, we're gonna get into all this today.
Yeah, man. It's wild. Cause when other celebrities start talking about, they notice a difference. See, when YouTubers say it, you know what I mean? I guess it don't hold as much weight. When certain people say it don't hold as much weight, but then when their peers say, "Oh yeah, that person might have been replaced," they ain't
All
the
right.
same. Or family members say it, because you remember we played Dave Chappelle cousin saying that he wasn't the same person when he got back from Africa.
Nah, he was like he was
Or
replaced.
after he went from, my bad, when he got back from the Oprah show. After
Oprah
he
show.
Yeah, because when he got back from Africa, he went to the Oprah show.
Yeah, he did.
He did a couple of rounds of media, couple places he went to, and Oprah was the last stop.
Right.
And his cousin warned him, don't go to the Oprah show, don't trust him. And he did. You know what I'm saying? And she said Dave haven't talked to her since. Um, and they used to talk about everything. She's believed that the Dave that they prancing around now ain't even Dave Chappelle.
Nah, this the political Dave.
Right? This is somebody else that they calling Dave Chappelle. Now we don't know if it's a clone or just a double, like an actor acting like he's Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
We don't really know.
Or
Now
his
we
mind
do,
or his mind tampered with
right?
in one of those laboratories.
I don't know. I mean, people saying it don't even look like. People saying, what's his name? The one that played in Strap. Why? What's his
Oh, he
name?
said Bokeem Woodbine. That's what they saying.
People
Dave
are saying
Chappelle.
that
Right,
Bokeem Woodbine is playing the current Dave Chappelle.
right.
Now I don't know how true that is. I mean, the new Dave Chappelle sort of looks like him,
He looks just like Bokeem
right?
Woodbine.
It just
He
looked like
does.
they put a fake like nose maybe on him, and like they just put like minor stuff on his face to change his appearance to look more like Dave Chappelle. Maybe
Right.
to
Yeah.
tell you the truth,
I'm a
can't really
pull.
confirm or deny it, but he definitely don't look like the same Dave Chappelle that we seen, during the Chappelle show and
On the Chappelle show. Right.
yeah, and the movies that he did, like Blue Streak and the movies he did before all of that.
Right.
I mean, people saying that's definitely not the same Dave. I mean, if you want to rationalize it, you could just be like, oh, he put on some weight, he got older.
Right.
I mean, maybe he just put on a couple pounds, and
Yeah.
he changed his comedy changed up a little bit because he's more mature. I
Right.
mean, some people could say that, but then on the other hand, when you got peers,
Pear
people
saying it.
that's
Right.
people that he worked with in Hollywood, as
Yeah.
well as family members saying that that's not the friend that I know, and that's not the cousin that I know, or the family that I know. That's a problem.
Right.
That makes you question things.
Yeah. It do.
That makes things highly questionable.
Wow.
Highly questionable. Now, I feel like they already look like they could be related anyway.
Yeah. They do. Yeah. They
I
look
mean,
like. Yeah. They look like they could be twins.
right. I mean, he sort of looked like Dave Chappelle already. So if they did hire him to play Dave Chappelle,
Yeah.
I mean, but how does that work though? Because if they hire another nigga to play somebody else, all right, what is he gonna tell his family? Like, he gonna just disappear and be Dave
I,
Chappelle at night
no,
and be
I think they
Raheem
just look.
Woodbine by the morning?
I think they just
Like,
look alike. Yeah. They just look alike. Yeah. He's not playing. He's not playing Dave Chappelle. They just look alike.
so you feel like if it was a replacement, it's just a straight up clone.
No, I don't think it's a clone. I think Dave Chappelle mind was tampered with before, because
You think
before
it's
he
his
was up.
mind?
Yeah, I think he was. I think his mind. Yeah, I think he was pretty much, um, sort of like the movie Get Out.
Okay.
Sort of like the movie Get Out. For
Yeah,
y'all that seen
because
Get Out, y'all know exactly what we talking about.
I feel like they gave another thing. This ain't tied to Dave Chappelle, but sort of is because he mentioned Martin. I feel like they gave Martin a lobotomy, man.
But Martin Lawrence, yeah,
Yep. I feel like because his personality is completely different.
yeah,
I
it
feel
is.
um, like he's not even like he's like a shell of his former self. Now, you remember when he was running down the street saying they trying to kill me, they trying to kill me.
Yeah,
Um, Dave Chappelle spoke on
right.
that, and people were saying that Martin hasn't been the same ever since his stroke, and people change after strokes.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But then you got some people saying that it wasn't a stroke, like he really had people after him.
Yeah, because what would make them run down the street saying they trying to kill me, waving a
Right.
gun? You
So
trying to
how's that
kill
a
me?
stroke? Right. They said he was trying to get prepared for a role and that he was jogging, trying to lose weight in a bunch of trash bags, wearing trash bags over himself and heavy clothing in the summertime and jogging out there in the sun, and he had a heat stroke.
Yeah,
That's what they said. That was the official story that they told. But when Dave Chappelle retold the story, Dave Chappelle said he was running down the street. Everybody in Hollywood know he was running down the street saying they trying to kill me, they trying to kill me. Then he passed out, and then that's when they rushed him off. Almost like what they did with Ann Hesh. And
Yeah,
Hess looked like she was trying to get away.
from
Yeah, I mean,
something.
she ran into a building. I mean, not to a building, but she ran onto the sidewalk and
To a
and
house.
into a house, yeah, and crashed her car up. She was still alive after that. They just carried
Yeah,
her off and act like she was already dead. But then you can see in the video she got up out of the thing and she was still alive. But it looked like she was trying to escape.
from
So
something.
I'm thinking like, so you hear about these stories of these individuals disappearing in Hollywood all the time, or some suspicious thing happened to a celebrity, and either they disappear off the scene, or like, oh, so and so was in a coma, or car crash, or you know what I'm saying, or he had a medical emergency.
Right.
They make up these stories, and these celebrities disappear off the scene for a while, and when they come back, or they go to prison. That's another thing that happens. They go to prison for a long time, and when they come back, you're like, damn, is that the same individual?
Yeah. Right. And then you got Jamie Foxx. After Jamie Foxx came back and did that video, the first video back from when he, was in that supposedly in the hospital the whole time. We don't know what happened to Jamie Foxx. It was all types of different articles coming out. You know what I mean, saying he had a stroke, he was
Right,
paralyzed, he was playing pickleball. It was
right,
all these different rumors about Jamie Foxx, and then like we said, he came back and did a video when they put out the movie, when Netflix posted the movie, they cloned Tyrone.
right.
Then Jamie Foxx did a video. He didn't go live.
It looked
He
AI generated.
Yeah, he still didn't go live on that. He still haven't went live yet since he been back. And Jamie
Nope.
Foxx used to go live all the time,
He used to
especially
go
when he
live
had,
all the time.
movies coming out. He would do a
Right.
promo run with all the other cast. They would get on Instagram live,
Yep.
and they would interact with each other and promote the
They would
movie.
talk with each other. Yep.
He hasn't done that
Bust it
with They
up,
Clone Tyrone.
joke around. They joke around, everything. He did
Right,
that was he did that religiously.
right.
But ever since this so-called medical emergency, he haven't went live yet.
He haven't went
Y'all
live
get
stream
what we
yet.
saying? He haven't went live yet. We still trying to tell y'all we don't know if Jamie Foxx is alive or not. And people still think just because they seen him, they seen a video of him recently, which
Right.
wasn't a live stream, that I mean everything is good. But
Yeah.
just remember, he haven't went live yet. So any video they post up could be doctored up.
Yeah, we definitely have seen
Deep fakes and
deep
AI
fake AI
videos.
generated deep fake
Right.
videos with celebrities as well. Right.
Facts.
And it actually looked like they're in the video, like they actually press record on a cell phone,
Right.
and then it actually looks like them, but then it switches off. So actually Will Smith did a demonstration of that on his Instagram page.
Right.
Remember, he was like, I'm live.
Everything was fake in the video.
Everything in that video was fake.
Even him.
Even him. And it looked like he was actually in a regular video that you would record on your cell phone. I'm like,
They did that with
so
artificial intelligence.
I'm like, oh, this is where
Need
y'all
the
going.
movie studios anymore, y'all. They don't need that stuff anymore. Artificial intelligence is able to do all of that. So we don't even know what we're seeing on television and on social media is even real. We don't even know if these celebrities are even alive anymore. We don't know if Beyonce is alive anymore.
Oh man, yeah.
We don't know if Jamie Foxx is alive anymore. We don't know if that's really Kevin Hart or Dave Chappelle.
Right.
Around. We don't know
Now,
who these people are.
Now
they might not be the original.
Now remember the video we did of Will Smith used to be real conscious and speaking out back in the day.
Yep.
He used to actually speak out against the government and all that. And then
a lot of them did.
Right. A whole change happened with this guy. So we're gonna play that video too. Let me pull this video up.
Now when you feel like they got Will and could have replaced
early
Will.
on. They got Will early on.
Right before he became right before the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
After
After, right
that was
after.
Will. That was
Before he
Will.
hit to start the
Yeah.
sci-fi shit. Before he started doing Men in Black and all that.
Yeah. All right, so we gonna pull this video up. Let's go ahead and get into this video, y'all. All right. Make sure if y'all didn't yet, hit that like button and share this live stream if you can. Especially y'all on Facebook, share it in groups. I mean, and all that. We appreciate it. Let's get it.
But what everyone is not talking about is the fact that the Will you've been seeing for the last decade or so is not the original copy. Yup, ladies and gentlemen, you've been seeing a clone of Will Smith. I know, it's kind of hard to digest, but hear me out. A lot of celebrities go through a vetting process before they're able to make it into the inner circles of Hollywood ritual and celebrity royalty. Will Smith's vetting process started with his Grammy he won early on in his career for the song Summertime, and it carried on through the first season of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Their goals for Will was to become the Prince of Hollywood. That's why he was given the show. Will carried a certain energy the Hollywood elites and the other controlling factors of society love. The energy to influence and to make light a dense energy so it will be more easy for these control freaks and spiritual vampires to consume it. And as long as the masses keep giving the energy up, the controlling elite will feed. But Will wasn't 100% on board. In fact, the original Will was conscious and woke and demonstrated it constantly through interviews in his personal life. But all of the evidence was erased and scrubbed out of existence. So they thought. We found old footage of the original Will Smith before he was cloned and microchipped. It was an old interview with Barbara Walters. In it, Will talks about a secret government plot to make millions of people sick through germ warfare and chemical testing. In case you missed it, here's the
government
clip.
was deliberately spraying cold germs in subways. It was deliberately trying to make people ill with the AIDS virus. This is pretty serious stuff. Do you really feel that?
Well, it's a good question. Well, I'm with Barbara Walters. That's a serious one. Okay. So I got to now because people are going to chase me after this. People are going to chase me. I believe that it is quite highly possible that the AIDS virus is a result of genetic warfare testing.
By American agents?
Absolutely.
Experimenting to make people sick. Sounds familiar, don't it? It was that interview that caused the original Will to be disposed of. And ever since then, we've been seeing a carbon copy of the original, which is remote controlled through Neuralink type implants and nanotechnology. Oh, y'all don't believe cloning is real, huh? They've been able to clone humans since the 1930s. In fact, a doctor went public years back demonstrating the whole process. In case you missed it, here's the clip.
Blue light of his secret lab, one of the world's most controversial scientists shows off his creation, cloned human embryos that are genetic carbon copies of their father.
Oh, my babies are doing well. They look beautiful.
Filmed for a TV documentary, Dr. Panagiotis Zavos implants 11 of the embryos in 4 women, one of them British, in the hope of producing the first cloned human being. The procedure is a criminal offence in the UK, but not in this undisclosed Middle Eastern country.
Now that we all caught up, check this video of Will out. A YouTube channel by the name of Sacred Music Tribe exposed this clone of Will they love to use specifically for interviews and promotional tours. In case you missed it, here's the clip.
No, you were just watching our very own Surprise Squad, wasn't you? And you was impressed by them as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I want to give a special shout out to the Surprise Squad. That is absolutely beautiful. You know, that is the center of human need and desire. It's like everybody's having a hard time and everybody needs some help. So I just want to shout them out. I think that is a beautiful endeavor.
But why? That's the question. Why? Why are they doing this? It's just so obvious that these past 2 years, so much of it has been such a big agenda. And I used to not do stuff like these videos like this. I'm just curious. That was not Will Smith. He's not that clumsy spoken. What do you guys think about this?
And those of you that are in the know of universal laws, the controlling elite have to get our consent before implementing their programming on us. And they do it in the form of Hollywood movies. So we consent to something they want to implement on us without knowing. So they put the truth in the movies, which they did with Will Smith, a movie called Gemini Man, where a younger clone of himself is sent to take out and murder the older version of himself. In fact, the carbon copy Will even did a promotional video for the movie using multiple clones. But of course, most will think that it's just good editing. In case you missed this, here's the clip.
Yo, what's up, y'all? I'm here to tell you about my brand new movie, Gemini Man. Let me tell you, this joint is crazy. It's like me versus... Whoa, wait, don't give away too much, man. Yeah, okay, I can say clone, I want to say clone. All right, so there's like a clone in the movie that's trying to like kill me. No, tell them it's directed by Ang Lee. Right. It's directed by Ang Lee. I've been wanting to work with Ang for forever. So you got to check it out. Yo, man, tell them when it comes out. It comes out on October 11th. Gemini Man is hot. I want y'all to check it out. Yo, let's get a selfie real quick. Let's hop in for a selfie.
God damn, it's some creepy shit. Losers, slackers. So if y'all believe it's possible that Will might be a clone, let me know in the comments below. If you feeling this video and want me to make more just like it, just like, share, and subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments by saying, make more videos like these. Isaiah Curry, signing out for Night and Day Talk Media.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and then he went on to do, movies like Enemy of the State. Because remember, he just said in that video, I might get chased. That people might start chasing me after this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So
now you remember what Jim Brewer said.
Right.
They come to your house.
Yeah.
They offer you your coffee. They could be in your kitchen and offering you your coffee.
Right. Now a lot of people believe in the whole doppelganger thing as well. A lot of people think a lot of these celebs are, people from the past. Because there's pictures, a lot of pictures people been doing side by sides, like this video here we did, where we did a side by side of like people from previous lives to the people now, and they pretty much look identical. So we're gonna go ahead and roll this clip. We're gonna roll it. Let's get it. Please make sure y'all hit that like button. Shout out to y'all on Facebook that's tuning in. Shout out to y'all that's on Night and Day Metaphysics channel on YouTube is tuning in.
Right.
If y'all like these videos we're doing, make sure y'all continue to watch the videos and share them and like them and whatever. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Hollywood doppelgangers have long fascinated the public, sparking discussions and double takes. These celebrities, who bear uncanny resemblances to each other, often fuel conversations about the small world of showbiz and the intriguing possibility of unrelated people looking strikingly similar. From actors like Javier Bardem and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who share rugged charms, to Isla Fisher and Amy Adams, whose similar red locks and facial features have led to mistaken identities, these lookalikes highlight the curious nature of human genetics. The phenomenon not only captivates fans, but also occasionally confuses casting directors and audiences alike, adding an extra layer of intrigue to Hollywood's glamorous allure.
Wow. That's crazy.
In the clandestine corners of our world, whispers of a shocking theory echo. A conspiracy so astounding it challenges the very essence of our reality. Welcome to the world of conspiracy theories, where the unbelievable becomes believable and the impossible possible. Imagine, if you will, a world where Hollywood stars never age, never lose their charm, and continue to captivate audiences for generations. A world where United States presidents, regardless of their tenure, continue to influence and shape the world from behind the scenes. This is not the plot of a sci-fi movie, but a conspiracy theory that has taken the world by storm, the theory of cloning. Cloning is not something out of a comic book. The science behind it is real. But what if this science is being used in ways that we can't even begin to fathom? The first theme revolves around the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. The theory suggests that Hollywood stars are cloned to maintain their youthful appearance and star power. Is it possible that the stars we see on screen are not the original, but their exact genetic replicas? Could this be the secret behind their perpetual youthfulness? The second theme delves into the realm of politics, specifically the United States presidents. The theory proposes that the presidents are cloned to ensure their influence continues long after their term ends. Could it be that the decisions shaping our world are not made by elected officials, but their cloned counterparts? These theories, as shocking as they may sound, have gained traction over the years. They have sparked debates, fueled discussions, and intrigued minds across the globe. The question remains, how much truth lies behind these theories? We invite you to ponder over these theories, to question the reality as we know it. Do you believe in the possibility of such conspiracies? Could cloning be more prevalent in our society than we realize? We encourage you to share your thoughts, your theories, your perspectives.
So yeah, that's a lot of theories been coming out over the years, not just present, but the past too, like during the early 1900s. You know what I mean? Things been coming out about cloning and artificial intelligence taking over. I think Isaiah Mike is muted. And
I'm not. Nah, I was letting you talk.
So, I mean, you can approach this from a spiritual aspect as well. Souls being moved around. You know what I'm saying? Like souls being dying and then being put in another body.
Yeah, they definitely be giving us demonstrations of that. It's a couple of Jones. Get Out is one of them.
Right.
Dan, wasn't he doing that in the movie Fallen with Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
And then you had the Skeleton Key. That was another one. I mean, this is not nothing new. It's nothing new under the sun. This is ancient stuff. That's what I'm saying. We could already be born in it and not be conscious of it.
We are already born in it and we're not conscious of it because we only could focus in on one reality at a time.
Right.
Like our mind capacity couldn't handle being in having the mind of being in different dimensions at the same time. We wouldn't, our brains couldn't even, fathom that. So we only could focus in on one reality at a time.
Until you lose your brain.
Right. Until you lose your mind. Right.
Yeah, once the brain is dead. See, that's the thing. People don't realize if we were to be cloned, it would be the brain.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't even have to be a moving body. It could just be all images that's inside of the brain. They showed you that in the Matrix. All the humans in the pods were stationary, but they were put inside of a computer generated style matrix. And the matrix was able to tap into their central nervous system. That's why they was able to feel, taste, touch, because the AI was able to mimic that for the human, even though the human was just being used as a battery to generate energy for the matrix so the machines can live. So if we was in that, we wouldn't even be conscious of it.
No.
I mean, what we're born into, that's what we're conscious of, and we're born into Jesus and Allah and Muhammad and Buddha. Like we bought into all that, and that could just be another program for the Matrix that the Matrix generated just to keep us trapped in this reality that we in, and keep us and give us false hope that some outside figure is going to come in and save us, you wouldn't even realize if you were being cloned all the time, just like on the movie They Cloned Tyrone. He wasn't conscious. They wasn't conscious that they were constantly being cloned. Their subconscious knew. It's like they knew, but unconsciously knew, because you had the bum coming out telling the dude, you got that new body, you got that new car smell, basically signifying that he know he has a new body, a body different than what he had yesterday because he was cloned again. You wouldn't know, especially if you're just immersed inside of some type of simulation or some type of holographic type of universe. It could just be looping.
Yeah.
It could just be looping over and over again,
right.
and we wouldn't even be conscious of it. That's like Mario becoming conscious that we keep playing them on level 1, level 2, level 3 over and over again every time we turn the game on. I mean, if you really think about it, Mario would never know that he's a video game.
Well, and the thing is about it, we're conscious of that. We're conscious of that the soul doesn't die, but the body does.
Right.
So that energy has to go somewhere.
Right.
So what would happen? What would happen is that energy will actually get put into another body,
or put into a matrix, a system.
Put
inside of a machine to run that machine. You gotta think about it. So our soul is energy, and the energy is like a battery or a generator or a sun, a nuclear sun. So you're able to extract energy out of it and run something, just like you'd be able to run a machine. Who's to say that our soul energy isn't trapped inside of a machine already? So our reality is we're already being cloned, as far as they're cloning and keep regenerating physical bodies based off our soul energy, and they're able to just configure the physicality to basically form a body for our soul to be trapped in over and over again. So the physical body don't even matter. It's just the light that goes into that vessel. So that vessel can be copied 1,000,000 times, but the energy that goes inside the vessel is still a conscious being. But the being energy is being wiped when it's put inside the vessel, so it don't even remember that it just lived that shit already 1,000,000 times, and it's just being going in a loop, in a loop, in a loop. So it's basically like harnessing energy, but the energy that's being harnessed is soul energy, which is a conscious energy. So it's like if it was electricity, but it was conscious that it was electricity.
All right.
So we're inside. So the energy that our soul generates, because it is basically a form of nuclear energy. It's a nucleus. The soul is basically like the egg yolk or a sun or the earth's core. It's all the same. That's how you get metaphysics. All of that is the same. That golden light, your soul is a golden light. The golden light is your soul. Everybody's soul is a golden light. That's why gold represents the spirit. Gold also represents money. Gold represents money. When you spend your money, you know what I mean? You're selling your soul, you're spending your money. Your soul energy is going into a place and is being used, and is being ran as a currency through a machine. You get it? Your soul became currency. Your soul is gold. The golden light or the sun or the soul is the same thing, and is used as money, as a currency. And that currency, which also can convert to electricity, powers machines. So we're already inside of a machine right now. Because if you just really understand what a spirit is or what a soul is, it's just pure conscious energy. It's not locked into a vessel or anything. So it just flows like water or something like that, and it's able to take the shape. Because water can take the shape of whatever vessel it's in. Your soul can do the same. So when the water get into a tea kettle, it'll think the water would think it's the tea kettle. Same thing when your soul gets into a physical vessel, which is a human body, it thinks it's a human body, and the machine can keep manipulating your mind to make you think that you're just a human body, but you're really the energy or the light that's inside of these vessels called the human body, which are clones. The Matrix tell you that these physical vessels we in is clones. You gotta understand, if there's a machine that's able to wipe your energy or basically take your memory and basically re-implant the memory wherever they want, that means that being that's being manipulated wouldn't even know that it's being manipulated. Hence the human race not being conscious of who they really are and what we really are. So the true distraction for a human is actually humanity itself, because you're not really a human, because you're really that light that's inside of that vessel. You're the energy that's inside of the vessel. You're not the vessel itself. You're being tricked to make you think that you're the vessel. And you know, this vessel is highly taxing to the soul, because it takes soul energy to run the vessel. So what's happening is the human is like a parasite latched on to your soul energy, and it's feeding off of it, and you're giving it your energy by giving it your emotions and believing the illusions that's inside of the machine, which is this world we got in front of us right now. It's all an illusion, but it's so real because the soul energy is trapped inside of the brain. The brain is the technology. The human brain itself is technology. It's already synthetic technology. The human brain is synthetic technology, y'all. It's not the original. It's a copy. We know that Earth is a copy. We know that Earth isn't the original. So if this is a copy, that means everything here that we using on a day-to-day basis, including these human vessels, are copies. So it's already a clone. Let us create man in our image. And then when you create these beings in your image, it's just a clone, basically.
Just a mirror. Yeah, it's a mirror match.
Which is a clone.
Yeah. So let me expand more on that, what you're talking about as far as cloning. Now we're going into a new age of digital cloning, where your data is being duplicated online. Now your identity is being duplicated online. Digitally now everybody is being digitally cloned. So when you see other pages made up in your name and you be thinking people just stealing your identity, those are actually bots that's mimicking your identity, the data that has been collected, and they're just duplicating you a bunch of times online. That's what's happening. We're being digitally cloned by artificial
man in our image.
Yeah. Now we're being digitally cloned by artificial intelligence.
Right.
You know what I mean? By using the data it has collected on us over the years. So now it can calculate every move that we make, everything that we spend, everything that we spend our money on, every habit that we have. All that's been collected by artificial intelligence is now processing that, and it's actually copying that and creating digital copies of everyone. That's what's happening. We're being digitally cloned now. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like we're being groomed into what we buy and all that stuff anyway, because if you think about it, we used to live on a planet that didn't have cell phones, or we wasn't using cell phones on the regular. We from the era where only rich people had them, and they were like huge. You didn't carry them around in your pocket. It's usually in your car, or it had a big carrying case to it. So they influenced that anyway. So everything that they're actually creating everything that we do, like in our reality. Because you gotta think about it. They download or upload the stuff into our reality to use. We sit back and wait for them to come with the next technology. That goes to show you we're being hand fed. and it's not real creation. It's stuff that already was created already. They just putting it
those
back
things,
out there over
them
and over
things already
again.
been here. Them
Yeah,
things is
stuff that
already,
always been.
all
Yeah,
they doing,
that's what we trying to
yeah,
tell y'all.
all they doing
That
is digging up old technology and recreating it, regurgitating old technology and putting it back out.
all of us can
They only
already
getting
be.
bits and pieces of it though. They not getting the full spectrum of that technology. We only getting bits and pieces of it. That's it. Because
Well, we're able to see
we're
a full
further,
spectrum of the
yeah,
technology through metaphysics, because
we're
that's the only
further
way
away
they're
from the
able to
source.
create
Right,
things.
right. We're further away from the source. So those who are closer to the source of the Most High, um, of course, they will have more, be more conscious and more knowing than what we are, who we are now, because we're far removed. Yeah, I mean, we're far removed from the source, and now we're just trying to get back to that, which I think we collectively agreed upon. Basically losing ourselves to find ourselves again. So it's like, man, God become man so man could become God ordeal. You see what I'm saying? It's like a game we playing with ourselves.
And man is really a machine.
Man is a machine, a beast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man
or
is
an
a
animal.
mechanical.
Right.
Man is a mechanical thing.
Right.
But the energy that's powering it is older than the physical creation. That's why we're older than this world. Everybody is older than this world, because the energy that's powering this world is a primal energy that was here before all this technology came into play.
It
And
doesn't
yes, this,
die.
this
Right.
physical world is technology, y'all. This physical world that we in, this biological physical world is a form of technology from the spirit realm.
Yeah, it
Just
is.
like we create technology from Earth and we create the artificial intelligence here, well, the spirit realm's artificial intelligence is us, mankind. Let us create man in our image. We are artificial intelligence already.
To the
In
spiritual realm,
cloning,
yep.
we would have to be clones. All of us are clones. We would have to be, because your blood cells in your body, that's the only way your body lives, is by cloning itself.
Yeah, people, you see, you gotta get out of the mindset of just thinking clones of being taken to a laboratory and
Right.
you know what I mean? Because in your
It's
body,
even
you know,
bigger
they
than that.
taking, yeah, they taking your blood genes and they're duplicating it and creating other beings out of it. That's not what we talk. We're talking about a spiritual cloning where your soul is being moved. Your soul doesn't die, so it has to go somewhere. So it's being moved around, and we're actually in a cycle. That's what we in. We in a cycle. So
Your
we're
soul is
traveling.
being placed in
Yeah, we're
constant
traveling.
physical
Right.
vessels. That's what's happening.
Yeah, we're traveling through all these different cycles and transform and whatever you know form you're taking on in different dimensions. That's what's happening. We're just going from one dimension to another and taking on whatever form it's you know prone to that dimension. That's the body we take on.
Facts.
Like for Earth, we take on the body of this human. Maybe in another dimension we might take on um the aspects of an alien that y'all call the Greys or the Anunnakis and all these different dimensions. There
Or
are
you might be
different
in the ice body.
forms.
You might transfer to
Yeah,
a world when you're in
ice
the
body.
ice body.
Right.
Or you
Right.
might transfer to a world where the soul is manifested inside of sand bodies or dirt bodies or
Right.
insects or animals.
Or animals,
And then
right.
you would get a Planet of the Apes type situation. Like, you got to understand, your soul is constantly moving, but it's still in one space, because space is, even space and time is an illusion. Really, there's just one big ball of conscious energy that just always been here, and it basically is no different than the sun.
Right.
That's but it's a sun that is conscious. A sun that's conscious and always consuming, trying to learn about itself. To the point it duplicated itself. It started cloning itself. So the Most High started cloning himself. How do you think, if everything came from the Most High, how do you think it got here? If everything came from one source of energy, what do you think the source of energy was doing? It was cloning itself. It was doing the same thing. It was doing the same thing that your blood cells in your body do now.
Constantly create.
Right.
Creation don't stop. It constantly is a constant, it's a constant thing.
And it's only creating images of itself.
Constantly.
That's why we in this big, metaphysically, we in the realm of selfies. Because the Most High is just taking selfies of itself. Just to examine itself to know what he is. So we had to fragment himself, was basically when they fragment their mind, and it'd be almost like schizophrenia. It'd be like you have all these different personalities, and it's one being with multiple personalities, fractured, but then turned into worlds. Each of those personalities turned into a world, and then there was worlds birthed within inside those worlds. That's the same thing within our bodies. There's worlds within inside of our blood cells. Our bodies, there's like whole living bacteria and all types of stuff living inside and on our bodies. Like whole civilizations living on our bodies and in our bodies. Naturally. Whole civilizations. How do you think they're able to clone? They take that blood and they're able to create another whole being out of that blood, because it's just a whole bunch of clones. Your kids are clones of you.
Right. That now you could
everything
you could look
is,
at
yo,
it. Right.
Y'all gotta understand.
Exactly. The kids
We're
are
all
carbon
cloned
copies of you.
already.
Yep. Right.
Like people only think there's one way of looking at cloning.
Yeah.
Cloning, the blood cells itself, when they die and they recreate and the bone marrow produce more, that's literally a process of cloning. And then they took that same intelligence and they applied it to physical science, and ta-da!
Yeah, baby. Creating a baby is a cloning. Cloning yourself. You're taking the mother and the father gene. Right. The father and the mother gene.
Now.
The father and the mother gene together. You know what I mean? To create life. So that's a form of cloning right there. Right there.
And it happened in higher spiritual places first, because you got to think about it. The spiritual world is pure energy. So when you slow pure energy down, it turns into a solid. It turns into a physical thing. Atoms, when you slow atoms down, it turns into physical reality.
Encases itself, yup.
Right.
Encases
the
itself.
vibratory rate of atoms slow down, and it literally produces the physical world material. Because everything in the world is made up of atoms, and atoms is similar to pixels on a damn camera. But the thing is, the difference between atoms and pixels, atoms actually form into physical matter. But those pixels can form into holographic imaging, though. You see how the metaphysics is built off of that? Pixels turns into holographic imaging. Atoms turn into actual physical universes. But then they're combined together, which create the current world that we in now, Earth. Yo, this like
you have to take
real
that.
science mixed with spirituality. Like a lot of people been separating the two, but they should never be separated. Spirituality and science are the two witnesses. They are the two witnesses of the supreme life force. Both the unclean animal and the clean animal goes on to the ark. The unclean animal would be considered the synthetic world. The artificial, the mechanical, mankind, artificial intelligence world. The clean animal would be the actual pure soul that was untampered with, not genetically modified, and directly from the source, untampered with.
Now we're going into a more heavy dense aspect of ourselves, which is artificial intelligence. Now we're actually able to take our consciousness and put it into an artificial intelligent design of ourselves, and
So a
that's what's
copy of a
happening.
copy.
So all the data that's being collected on the internet of every human being that's activity on the internet is actually being processed through the artificial intelligence, and it's duplicating it. The artificial intelligence only learns by human behavior, so it's actually learning to act just like us, our thought process and everything. That's what's happening. Now it's happening at a faster process because we're going into a quantum physics type of world where everything is a faster process. That's why when you start seeing them putting them 5G towers and shit up,
Yeah.
that was because when they start putting physical artificial intelligence on the streets, it's able to collect data right there on the spot. They're able to see you and know who you is right there on the spot by just processing, scanning your body, processing you, and knowing exactly who you is right away. Now we already seen demonstrations of that in New York. They got the little digibots, and they also got those R2D2 looking things in the subway, testing them out. So that's what we're going into. We even going to a heavy dense reality called the metaverse. Our physical bodies is already in the metaverse to the spiritual realm, but now we're putting ourselves in another metaverse.
Well, the world is a copy of a copy already, and we're about
So
to
we
create another
copying
copy.
again, right?
So,
Another copy.
the one who will says having children is just reproduction of two unique people. Cloning is more of a copy and paste in a single person, which is more likely possible. But the celebrities being cloned is nonsense. Nah, cloning. See, you gotta understand the cloning concept is transferable. I'm trying to break down the metaphysics to let you see the big picture of it all. That all of us right now are each other. Everybody on this planet is each other. We're literally blood cells that's keeping this planet sustained. Because our energy is what's feeding this machine. And it's so you gotta think about it. Each blood cell has a nucleus, which is similar to soul energy. That soul energy never dies inside the being. It just transferred to another physical vessel, which is a cell. So all of us is inside of one being right now. That's why if someone poisoned the river up the street that everybody get their water from, everybody else will be poisoned. You can't poison everybody on the planet without poisoning yourself, because we're all living on one body, because we're a part of one body. See, the big thing of metaphysics is that it's like that dial where you open the dial and there's a little dial inside of that dial and a little dial inside of that dial. That's what's happening. So is the micro and the macro. So everything is connected, so everything is transferable. The concept of cloning is transferable. Even having a child with another person, and let me tell you, nobody's really unique at this point, since it's 6 billion of us on the planet, or more. Who knows? It could be more.
Be more or less, yeah.
Yeah. Just by us reproducing with each other, that's literally a form of cloning. It's
Yeah,
just
it is.
it's different forms of cloning. I mean, if you could look at one concept and say, well, that's cloning because they tell you that it's cloning. But then you look at the big picture and you see how that same concept of cloning is transferable, and how they even get a clone is they literally have to go into the bone marrow and extract the stuff, scrape the stuff from there. Well, and now
Yep.
it's more advanced where they can just get it from your skin tissue now.
Yeah,
But at one point, the first
Yep.
model
Stem
was
cell.
they took it from the actual bone marrow. And if you actually study the story of Adam and Eve, the story of Adam and Eve is literally a story of cloning, because the rib is a part of the bone marrow where they get where they can actually get the cells from to clone, the stem cells to clone. So Eve was the rib, and basically Adam got cloned, and Adam was turned into a physical reality called Eve, the giver of life, the physical world.
Yep. The Matrix, the Matrix.
Yep, the Matrix. Right, the Matrix.
We're living in
That's
Eve
a
right
form
now.
of cloning.
Yeah, we're living in Eve right now. That's it's not a single person.
Right.
It's a mind
We're
state
all
of
womb man.
humanity. Yeah.
We're all womb man.
It's a mind
That's why
state
you
of
got
humanity.
mankind.
It's a mind state of
Man,
humanity.
we're inside of the
Where,
womb.
yeah, where we all living in Eve right now. The belly, and the other term for it is the belly of the beast.
Right. The belly of the beast is the matrix. Because if you look up the origin of the word matrix, it literally means pregnant female animal. The origin of the word matrix is the meaning of it is literally pregnant female animal. So you got to understand that physical world is the animal world. The physical world is the lower world. This is where all your lower nature, your lower desires come out through mankind, because mankind is a form of animal. But the energy that's inside of mankind is divine. It's not an animal. It's the actual, it comes from the actual source of all creation.
And
but
on
the
Noah's Ark,
physical world
yeah,
is the
right.
animal world.
And then on
Because
Noah's
all
Ark,
your
there's
lower
the animals
desires
reside.
are here.
Right.
Lust,
Right.
greed, all that shit is only in the physical realm because it's your animal self.
And on the ark, the 3 levels of the ark, where was
Right.
the animals located at?
At the bottom. The animals were kept at the bottom. The middle of the ark was for the food for both the animals and Noah and his family. Noah and his family was at the top, the 3rd level, because Noah and his family represented actual soul beings.
So peep the number 3.
The animals represents the
Right.
physical world.
Jesus in the tomb for 3 days. Noah inside of the well for 3 days. Y'all gotta realize this with the number 3 symbolizes.
What I'm trying to tell you that it's bigger than Donald Marshall cloning labs and all that. It's bigger than that.
Yeah, it's
The
bigger.
whole entire mankind is a clone. This whole earth is a clone.
We're living
You
in
understand?
an experiment.
Right. This is a clone. The spiritual realm also deals with technology. There's a such thing called celestial technology, where the spirit realm creates technology. And when the spirit realm creates technology, do you know what it turns into? Mankind, humans, Earth, Venus, Mars. That's what happens when the spiritual world starts creating technology. It's literally called celestial technology. It's a real thing. It's just that the new school system that was designed by
he left that out.
Rockefellers and all of them, they made sure they cut all that stuff out. Because this, at one point, this was highly known on the planet. And there was another element called ether, the 5th element, that they also cut out of schools, which was really part of the elemental chart. It was part of ether, and they cut it out. And they started making up terms like pseudoscience to keep you away from these things. But then if you do the true metaphysics, you can't hide nothing, because metaphysics is the raw essence in a blueprint of everything in existence. So once you understand advanced metaphysics, they can't really hide nothing from you. So it's like, all right, when you on that level and you speak their language, even above their language, now what they gonna do with you? Now what? When you know, that means you're not gonna be scared of death anymore, because you know that's an illusion.
That's an illusion.
Because if you're a soul energy and your energy never dies, and you're just being placed in these physical vessels and forgetting who you are, that means you don't really die. That means when you see death or hear death or think of death, it's an illusion.
Yeah, you get a different perspective of it.
Right.
You don't feel the same way as you do not knowing.
Right.
I mean, you get a sense of relief when you start to know. You know, you start getting a sense of relief. Like, all right, I know that person didn't really die. I just know they just moved on into another vessel. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, all of us still, our human side will still mourn the human, but our spiritual side would actually celebrate that that person's been relieved from this place, because everything, we feel everything here. We feel what it's like to be sick. We feel what it's like to be hungry. We feel what it's like to be suffering and pain. We feel what it's like to be, you know what I'm saying, everything we feel here. So to be released from all that is actually a celebration.
Yeah, because the spirit realm is the complete opposite.
You don't feel nothing in the spirit. You don't
The
feel
spirit
pain.
realm
You don't
created this realm
feel
just
hunger.
so we could
Right.
feel the opposite.
Right.
So this realm is technology. So you gotta understand, just like how humans started building technology because they got bored, the same thing in the spirit realm with spirit beings started building technology because they got bored. So when when actual spirit realm beings start building technology, like we said, it start to look like Mars,
Yeah, we
Earth,
build worlds. Right.
Mercury, Venus, Milky Way galaxy. That's what it looks like when the spiritual realm starts fooling around with technology. And then
It's like,
that
right.
trickles down because
Same
it's the
game.
micro and the macro. It trickles down to Earth, and then we start doing the same thing that they did in the cosmos. We start creating beings that look just like us and act just like us. We start creating structures and buildings and building our own worlds and stuff like that. Because we're only doing the same thing that basically our prior creation did, because this is a copy of a copy of a copy. Even the beings that said let us create man in our image, even they were already a copy. That's what we're trying to tell you. Just like now as a human we're a copy, but we're about to build the metaverse that JR was talking about, which is another whole world, which is a copy, which is the internet is also a copy. See, you gotta understand, like I said, it's like that dial. When you open up the dial, it's a littler dial, and each dial that you open it up, you keep opening it up till it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. It's the same dial, but you know what I mean? It just keeps getting smaller and smaller. What are those called? Those Russian dials, or they check?
Yeah, like some type of
shit
right.
like that. Yeah.
Something like that. Man,
Yo.
make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all ain't hit that like button yet. Subscribe to these channels. If you end up tuning in on Facebook, make sure y'all hit that like button as well. Yeah, to give us some feedback. Let us know y'all feeling these, these conversations, man. Because I know.
Yeah, there's some advanced stuff. You never heard nobody say that humans are already artificial intelligence, and people are not conscious of that. And I think more people need to realize that, because even if you believe in the Bible, or you believe in spirituality, or you believe, then you should know that humans have to be artificial intelligence because we're not the original. Anything that's not the original is artificial. So if you actually have a being at the beginning of a book that you believe is how you're supposed to be living, and those beings say, let us create man in our image, that means that we was created by something else, which means we're not the original. So we're artificial intelligence. That means mankind is the machine. So we saying man versus machine. That's wrong. It shouldn't be, because man is the machine.
The Skynet, baby, Skynet.
Right.
Skynet
already happened.
We consciously, collectively decided this place.
Right.
When it says let us go down, create man in our image, that is us.
Nesting dial.
That's us consciously as a collective deciding that. So it's like a cosmic contract with ourselves to duplicate ourselves and mesh ourselves into humanity. We collectively decided that.
I mean, we can't even really confirm or deny that. I mean, that's something that we like to believe that we did. None of us want to believe that.
I mean,
you could or capture like how they capture animals out in the wild, or capture niggas out in the wild and brought them over here to America.
Negroes.
And brought them over here to America in these vessels. called slave ships. So I mean, we would like to think that we collectively all decided to do this, and
We
and
collectively
it's all
decided.
going to end good because we why would we bring all this terror onto ourselves if
Well,
we
you
collectively choose something?
well, you at
And then
wherever your mind is at. So if you
Right.
believe that you're going to some type of hell from here, your mind, your mind, your mental, your mind is putting you there.
Right.
So you like, all right, I'm gonna go to hell for doing certain things, this, and that. Then, I mean, you only gonna go wherever your mind is at.
Right.
We decided to come here. I don't think that we didn't have a choice not to
Right.
come here.
Gotcha.
Our parents had sex. The energy was snatched out of the cosmos.
See, that's where we can't.
You know what I'm
confirm
saying? Snatched
if it
out
was
of the
a trap.
cosmos.
See, that could be
Through
a trap,
friction.
as
Through
far as we
friction.
know. 'Cause
You
you
could
got
look at it that
a
way.
snare.
Look, you could look at it that way. Yeah, you could
A
look at it.
snare exists for a reason.
Yeah, you could look at it that way as a prison planet or trapped inside of a vessel. But we know that's not a everlasting thing. That's like a smidgen in time where you're capsulated. You're capsulated in a small smidgen of time, and it's like a hot second compared to the spiritual realm.
It even faster than
So
a hot second.
even the speed of thought, the speed of
Right.
light, the speed of thought. That's what's happening. So if you ever see the movie Jumper, well, Samuel Jackson and I forgot the other kid name, where the jumper, he was able to jump to another space and time just by the speed of thought. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we move about through the cosmos, by the speed of thought. Let there be light, and all this was created just by saying that one thing. Not even saying it, just thinking it, and all this came about by the speed of thought. You know what I'm saying? So I don't look at it as, all right, I don't look at it as much as a prison anymore. I just look at it as this is something we're doing because we don't want to be stagnated as a spiritual being. We don't want to be stagnated, so we want to keep moving about, keep creating, because it's a constant creation. We keep creating, and we keep putting ourselves into these creations. And that's reigns true even with down on this level. You start to see new species popping up all the time. You're like, damn, what the hell is that? I never seen that before. That's because it's a constant creation. The creation never stops. Because our minds never stop thinking. Just think about how many thoughts we have on a daily basis. Those thoughts has to go out in the cosmos somewhere. That's why it's called space. Space like a hard drive. It's enough space for everyone's thoughts to linger in the cosmos. So the space will be like a hard drive.
Right.
So we're constantly creating, even when we sleep, even when we just thinking of something, we constantly creating. That thought is energy. That energy has to go somewhere.
The one who will says the idea of creating synthetic humans is playing God, which will usher in the beast system. Before that, he was saying that we are organic intelligence. Creating the synthetic humans is the plan. Well, the thing is, the human itself is already synthetic. We're not the original. Human is not the original. Human is not really organic as we think. The human is actually a clone of another realm. So we're not the original. Whenever you create another world, the intelligence of that world automatically becomes synthetic or artificial because it's not the original. It's just a copy. The original is always sharper, always better. But as you start making more and more copies, you start running into problems, and that's what's been happening. You know, if you keep making copies of the same copy, eventually it's not gonna come out right. They even said that, made a joke about that multiplicity.
Yeah, the last one.
Michael Keaton had he had like a retarded one, and it's because they made a copy of the second one, number 2, which was the second clone. Right. So number 4, the fourth one, was a little retarded because they made a copy of number 2. So, but all the rest of them, 2 and 3, was made from the original, and they came out better. So what we have going on here is copies making copies.
Now, right, and
They're
now
not
all
the original.
right, and like
Human
you said,
is not the original because we die.
right.
Anything, if
Now,
you're in a
right.
world where stuff dies, it's not the original world.
Now
That's how you
artificial
know if you're in the
intelligence
original world
is
or not.
Now artificial intelligence is copying us now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And creating our multiple duplications of our identities online now.
Mm-hmm. Humans
people-
are just as
you got-
mechanical
right.
as computers are. We go to
Right.
work 30, 40 years for the same company doing the same shit every day. How is that not
Yeah.
the same way a
Repetitive. Yeah.
computer operates? Man
Humans
is
are
mechanical.
repetitive. Yeah.
Anything
Right.
that's mechanical is a machine. The original source energy is a chaotic energy. It don't have no structure to it. It's not going to be sitting up there figuring out E equals MC squared or figuring out 2 plus 2. That don't even exist in the mind of the Most High, only in a synthetic form. Anything that's mechanical is synthetic, y'all. That's what we trying to tell you. Anything that's mechanical is synthetic. God energy, source energy, whatever you want to call it, is a chaotic energy. It's everything in existence. Because you got to think about it. They say everything comes from God or everything comes from the source, right? Which is true. We see that even in metaphysics from an ocean. The ocean is like the source of, you know what I'm saying? And like the rivers and the lake, all that stuff is because the oceans, it meets the ocean. The ocean is providing all of that. So you got is a source for everything. And the source is the original. If you're not the source, then you're artificial intelligence. Simple as that.
Yeah.
If you're not the source, you're artificial intelligence. Mankind is a machine.
It's a
Our
copy.
bodies are mechanical. The Most High is not mechanical. The Most High is literally everything in existence. It's chaos. Great chaos. No structure can contain it, or can't contain it for too long.
Nope.
What did it say? Even in the scriptures, it say the heavens can't even contain you.
Now, and everything is, that's what I'm saying. Everything is done by just the thought.
Right.
Now, even our thoughts run wild.
Our chaos.
Yeah, our thoughts
dreams
is chaos.
are chaos.
Yeah, our dreams is chaos. Our thoughts is chaos. So imagine a powerful being like that in the universe.
Dreaming.
I mean, dreaming, basically creating all this chaos in the mind. Right now, we in the body of the Most High. We in the mind of the Most High. That's all of us that's on this planet is the cells that make up the Most High. Just like there's trillions of cells in our body that makes up our one body.
The one who will says people need to know the difference because there will be a strong delusion once they plug the brain chips, they will fall for sure. The brain is the chip. We're already in the beast system, is what we're
the
telling
brain
you.
is the chip.
We're actually born into, when you're born into this side of humanity, you're born into the beast system already. Our brain is the chip.
The brain is the chip.
Your human brain is the chip.
Hard drive.
Your human
Hard
brain
drive,
is containing the soul energy, which is the original. Now, your soul energy is different from the brain. When the brain dies, the soul energy is moved on. They can either move it to another brain and copy the energy from the old brain that died and just put it into another brain that they basically cloned or made an artificial version of a brain. And then put the energy in there. Same thing you do with a hard drive. When you move information from one hard drive to another, that's how they're able to create this technology, because they're using that metaphysics to come up with the physical, tangible expression of something that already happens on a spiritual level. So we're already in the beast system. We're already in the age of revelation that niggas love bringing up. The beast and the beast system and the chip. The chip is your human brain. The delusion is this world. Your human brain is what ties you to this world, and then you believe the illusion. That's why it says live in the world, but don't become the world. The brain, the human brain, is artificial technology. It is. The human brain is not the original form of intelligence. It's the energy that goes into it, which is the subconscious mind that's trapped inside of the human brain, which is technology, which is the neural link, but a more, but basically a more highly advanced neural link.
Right.
See, the neural link is a knockoff version of the human brain.
That's all it is.
Yeah, the neural link that Elon Musk came up with. I know how they come up with this technology.
And I don't even think he
they
came
only
up with
use
it, but
metaphysics.
that's for another story. But I don't even think he came up with that. But that's for another story.
Right. That's another whole live. Yeah, we just saying that because that's what people know. But we're
Right.
already in the beast system right now. The two witnesses is science and spirituality. The chip that y'all niggas is scared about is your human brain. And the beast is the system that we're living in. The beast system, which is lower nature. The beast represents the animal. We're in the belly of the beast right now.
And all
because the humans are living in their lower nature, because your higher nature is a spiritual being. Your spiritual being creates technology. Let us create man in our image. We created this physical world and immersed ourselves into this physical world, which is a beast, because it's a lower nature. It's not our original nature. It's a second nature, which is unclean, but it's still part of the art, because even the clean and the unclean animals were invited onto the art. The art is nothing but DNA.
A record keeper, basically.
Right. And it stores galaxies and everything else.
And
the
all
Earth
we doing
itself is considered an art.
All we seeing is a projection. That's what our two eyes are. Our two eyes are projecting the worlds that's even within inside of us. So actually we're looking into ourselves as we looking out. So we're not looking outward to something else. We're actually looking at ourselves from the inside out. Our eyes being projectors and just seeing this veil that's over our eyes, which is this physical plane that we in. So it's like the Matrix when you get unplugged from it. And that's what the silver lining represents in the scriptures. It's basically you getting unplugged from this world and you know going back to the original self.
Right.
I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all seen the Matrix in here. When they got unplugged, where'd they go? Right back to Zion, to their original selves. So that's all this is. The silver lining is basically us, our connection to the Most High. Once that lining is cut, that means we pass on and we move on. It's like a umbilical cord. That's what the umbilical cord represents. So when the baby's inside the mother, the umbilical cord is connected to the mother and the child, which connects it to the child. That's the same thing with us with the Most High. The silver lining connects us to the Most High. So we're plugged in. We're actually plugged into this world.
Right. That's why when some people, when they said they died for 5 or 10 minutes, they go through some type of bridge.
Right.
There's always some type of bridge or some type of, some type of bridge that they go, some type of energy type of bridge that they, or a vortex that they go through.
Tunnel.
Yeah, a tunnel.
The ancients called it the 22 tunnels of Kim, or Set. The 22 tunnels of Set.
Yeah, because that's where the energy flows to create these physical illusions that we're living in.
Our
That's
blood
why we're
cells
supposed to live
the same
in the
way.
world, but not be of the world.
Right. And that's
so
how our
this
blood
world, what
travels.
we see as organic. He gotta see the one who will. You gotta understand. I see where you coming from when you say our organic matter in the brain, because you're still thinking from a human standpoint that humans is the original, but humans aren't the original. We're not. See, you're looking at human material and saying that it's organic because that's what you were born into, to believe that you're just human. So you think human is end all be all. You think just because something is organic that it's the original. But let us create man in our image. A whole world was created out of energy, and it copied another world. And that's what Earth is. So even our organic hair isn't organic, is what we're trying to tell you. Your organic brain isn't organic because it's not pure raw energy. You gotta understand, the spirit realm is pure raw energy. It's not slowed down vibration. That's what separates the two worlds. Though they are connected because it's still atoms slowed down, but when it's slowed down, it becomes a physical world, which is not the original. It's not the original. Your skin, your human organic skin on your body, and all that, it's not the original. Your organs, your heart, your brain, your spine, it's not original. It was created.
It's mechanical because
it's mechanical.
Everything is system. Yeah, everything is systematic.
Which means it's not really organic.
Yeah.
It's a clone of something else because it was created. Your computer was created.
It's a system, bro.
Right.
Everything ran on
It's
the
a
system.
system.
Our body works like clockwork. I mean,
Right.
everything is organized inside of the body. Outside design had to do that.
Right.
We couldn't create that in this physical realm. Outside this design, intelligent being outside of this realm had to create that.
Right.
We don't have the power to create these type of systems. You know what I'm saying? And
No,
create
we
these
created.
type of
We just
mechanical-
created synthetic.
Yeah, but I'm
versions of it.
saying our physical beings don't have the power to create that type of mechanical structure. We can't create seasons neither. We can't create, yeah, I mean, like the 4 seasons, man can't create that.
No, you know what it
design
is?
had
We
to
can't
create that.
create the material or the conditions itself as
Can't.
human.
Nah,
We can't.
no, we can't.
You can't create material that was already there before the human.
Right.
Because
The
the
outside
human is
design
made
had
up
to
out
do
of
that.
yeah. Only the
Right.
being that's outside of that reality can create the material that reality needs to exist.
Yeah, same thing like if
Same
we
thing
made
when you build in
AI
a car
robot.
or
Yeah, or
goddamn
build an AI robot or something. Outside design had to build that AI robot and program it to
Right.
operate how it operates. It
Let us
won't do it
create
on its
man in
own.
our image.
Yeah,
Right.
it won't do it on its own. That means someone outside of artificial intelligence had to create that.
Right.
You gotta take these you gotta take these physical concepts and apply it to the higher level, the spiritual meaning of that, the higher level. You know what I'm saying?
And it's just mimicking. It's mimicking things. See, the thing is, the reason why nothing never works out on Earth and nothing never stays the same because the Most High is chaos. See, the Most High stays the same in the fact that the Most High always change forms. Y'all get it? So that's how he's always the same. Like, oh, the Most High is always the same. He's the same because he always changes. Like, that's how you know, oh yeah, he always does the same. Like, yeah, he does the same thing. He changes forms all the time. He creates worlds and changes forms all the time. So he's known for doing that constantly, but he's still a chaotic energy that's always creating different things, but it's still all based off himself. There's one being that's creating everything, just like there's one source of energy that's running all the other sources of energy. And you know how we know that? The metaphysics, the science tells us that. The science is witness to spirituality, and spirituality is the witness to science. And both are the two witnesses to the Most High, to the Supreme Being. Now, earlier I see Tracy 313 say that when we was talking about Earth, is it a hell or is it a prison or is it a school? Now, mind you, metaphysically, if you look at our school system, it's just like the prison system. So rather spiritually, if we were here as prisoners or in school, it's still a goddamn prison. Because look at the schools that we currently have here. Look at the schools. The school got yellow buses. The prisons got gray buses. Schools got uniforms. prisoners got uniforms.
Food
The
trade.
same people who make the food for the prisons are the same people who make the food for the schools. Those lunch trays that the goddamn prisoners, that low quality, nasty food and all that, they get the same food to the kids. It's the same thing. You see how these concepts are transferable? This is metaphysics, y'all. So you gotta think the only reason why it exists here because it exists there. That's why they say wickedness comes from high places, spiritual places, principalities, and all that. Because it starts off in a higher realm and it trickles down to here because it's the micro and the macro. So if the schools, like if there's spiritual schools where they send niggas to physical earths and planets, so you know if in this reality, if schools look like prisons, in this reality, if prisons look like school, you know spiritually it's the same shit that's going on. That means even though we being sent here to learn as a soul, we still being abused in this motherfucker.
Yep. Same stuff.
We still being abused.
We trying not to cuss. Try not
Oh
to
yeah,
cuss.
my bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's cool though. We that was just a little bit, ain't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we good.
Yep.
So even if it's a school, even the schools look like prisons. Unless it's a private school where you're paying big money. And they saying even the private schools are getting bad. Even theirs not even good enough.
Yeah, we here to learn. We here to learn. We definitely here to learn how to balance it out. We definitely here to learn how to balance
right
duality out. We also here gotta learn how to, because we're creating worlds of our own on a higher spiritual level too. So this is the learning ground. Elementary elements, we learning to play with the elements. Hence elementary school. We're in elementary school right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we learning how to balance everything out. We learning how to play with the elements. You know what I mean? And that and that's gonna apply. We're gonna be able to apply that to building our own worlds, building our own houses. As the scriptures say, in my father's house, there's many mansions, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
basically, we all create our own worlds.
Create our own worlds.
And they showed us that on Guardians of the Galaxy, when dude met his dad and he realized his dad was from the God realm and his dad was actually creating a whole planet. Even though he was bringing all his kids there and killing all the kids who ain't have the same abilities that he had. And he had basically was going around from universe to universe, making babies everywhere just so he could try to take over the world. Well, take over not just the world, but the whole universe that way. You know what I mean? So basically, he was creating his own world, his own reality.
Yeah.
Just by living in his own headspace.
And we must not trespass each other's homes neither.
Right.
That's another thing. We can't trespass each other's homes. We can't trespass each other's worlds. Only way you can be into that world is being invited. Yeah, I mean, invite only.
Right.
Same thing as if you just can't walk in a person's house. You have to knock on the door and they have to invite you in. This rings true on a spiritual level. We cannot trespass each other's worlds.
We invite each other in.
We invite each other in.
For the most part, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mind is literally your house.
Yeah.
And you decide what goes into your house. Or you can look at your mind as a prison cell. It's all about these transferable concepts.
Yep.
But it's your perception at the end of the day. That's why I say the universe is mental. The mind is everything. The universe is mental because at the end of the day, it's about how you see it.
Yep.
So some people might see the school as a school, and some people might see the school as a prison.
Yep. Thanks,
and you got some
Melanie,
people who see both sides.
Giving to gifts, gifting y'all memberships. Make sure y'all thank Melanie for gifting out the memberships to y'all. Appreciate the Melanie doing that. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all go subscribe to Melanie Jones Says So channel too if you ain't over there yet. I don't know what y'all waiting for if y'all ain't subscribed to her channel yet.
Right. Man, this is a fire live, man.
Right. We told y'all we was going to span on that cloning thing with the day. You know what I mean, from the Night and Day Talk Media channel. We said, all right, we're gonna take this over to the Metaphysics channel and take it up higher a little bit.
You know, they just got us in fear of things they already did to us, or things that was already done.
Things we already did, right? Things
Like
we already did
people
to
are scared
ourselves.
that the beast system is coming.
Yeah.
Like we're already in that.
We already
People
in
say,
that.
oh, the clones are coming. The clones
We already
already
happened.
exist.
Already
People
happened.
talking about, people's talking about, oh, it's gonna turn into Germany and all this Nazi and all this already happened. We already got the death camps, aka hospitals, and we already got the work camps, aka Amazon.
Right.
Like it's already everything people scared of has already been done to us time and time again. It's just that we're not conscious to realize that these concepts are transferable.
Right.
That's when you start getting into metaphysics, when you start realizing all these concepts are, that's why they got the math. People are like, what you use algebra for? We don't need that stuff. And you're right, you don't usually use it on a day-to-day until you start thinking until you start thinking on another level metaphysically, then you start to understand, oh, that's why they made algebra, because you're able to transfer the concepts and come up with, and you know what I'm saying? So that's basically what this is about. It's about being able to recognize pattern and realize that pattern can be used in different situations, not just in one. Like there's more than one type of cloning. You know what I'm saying? There's more than one type of cloning. Like you said, JR, they could clone your information and create a whole fake profile. Artificial intelligence can do
They've
that.
been doing that.
Or a human can do that.
They
Humans do
doing
that
that now. Yeah, they doing
Right.
that now. Where y'all think all these bots is coming from? These are
Right.
clones of data these are clones from data that has been processed by artificial intelligence, and it's spitting it back out and creating these different profiles of ourselves. So you might be like, damn, I get a Facebook in my name and all. Where does Facebook come? That's because artificial intelligence is duplicating our data, taking our data and duplicating us. That's what's happening. There's a copy of us on the black market as well. There's a copy of us in all these different places within the internet, within the metaverse.
They got all of our information.
They got our information already.
And the information is all fabricated. All the information is synthetic anyway, because all the information is only the stuff that they created for us to buy into.
Yeah.
What we consume. Like that's the type of information. What type of shows we watch, what type of porn we watch, what type of food we buy. And it's only stuff that they only gave us the illusion of choice anyway. All the stuff that we buy is only the stuff that they give us. Think about it. It's all of it is fake anyway. We scared of stuff that's already been done to us. We already been getting tracked and traced and algorithms and all that type of stuff forever.
Like y'all waiting on some type of mark of the beast with some chip in your hand, and that already didn't happen. The chip
already happened.
Chip in your hand is the cell phone.
Multiple different levels.
Yeah, on different levels. One of the levels is
already happened.
The chip in your brain
already happened.
Chip in the brain. The chip in your hand is your cell phone.
We're born in the age of the mark of the beast. Mark of the beast ain't coming. We're born in the mark of the beast.
We're born into it. Yeah.
They got us scared. They constantly scaring us with stuff they already did to us.
Or stuff that already happened on a cosmic level.
Right.
Facts. That we did to ourselves. I wouldn't say they. I would say us.
We wasn't even touching on that. That's another whole live right there.
Us. Like the
we
movie Us.
We just giving it to them level by level. We ain't even. It goes higher than what we're talking about now.
Right.
But right now we just sticking on this level for right now.
Yeah.
Because it does go higher, because at the end of the day, it's still only one power in the world. And even if You know what I mean? One of the most, you be in church every Sunday and you do this. Even you gotta agree that everything came from one source. Even Satan
Came from that same source. Yeah.
came from the same source. All the stuff y'all niggas scared of came from the same source. The
There's
beast,
no
the
there's
the
no there's
chip,
no
the
there's
the
no one
all the stuff niggas
entity
scared
called
of came from the same
Satan.
source.
There's no one entity or one entity called Satan or devil and all that. That's a within thing. That's within.
It's
And
an
I mean that's
energy
not
or archetype
yeah,
behavior
right. It's
that
not
any energy in the universe can take on.
right. It's not nothing external from us, y'all. We have to get
Nothing
that
is
into our
external
mind.
from it. That's
Yeah,
the
we have to
thing.
get into our minds that nothing is external. There's nothing outside of ourselves that's more important
Right.
than with everything that's within us, because everything comes from the thought. Everything comes from within us anyway. Our thoughts. Everything stems from our thought. You know what I mean?
Right.
This whole world was built off of thought.
That's where they got the mythical individual called Thoth
Right.
in the Egyptian and Atlantis mythology. Because Thoth just means thought.
That's it.
That's why when you read the book of Thoth, how he was able to be there at the foundation when the earth was being uh created and all that, because Thoth just represent the thoughts of the Most High.
That's it.
And the thoughts of the Most High have access to the Akashic records. The Akashic records is the record of every world that ever existed and will exist. Every
Right.
individual that exists and will exist. And the Bible calls it the Book of Life. The
Right,
Akashic
right.
records and the Book of Life is the same thing.
Yeah, Tracy 13 said, yeah, they waiting on a Sky Daddy. Yeah,
Yeah, they
ain't
ain't
nothing.
happening.
That ain't
Sky
gonna happen.
Daddy ain't happening, Captain.
Sky Daddy ain't happening.
You'll be waiting for trillions of years and it'll still never come.
Right. Everything is moving through you.
Right. It's coming through you. It ain't coming from the sky. It's coming from you. Everything is coming from us because we're emitting the energy. Because this world is only built off of our energy.
And the thing is, that rings true because to even be birthed into this world, we have to come from inside the mother and be birthed through her canal. You don't get it. You don't get into this world without being birthed through the mother. The mother is the portal. You don't get in here. Yeah. So we come in, everything that's on the outside of us is just everything that's inside of us already.
And what is the vagina, JR? A tunnel.
A tunnel.
And what we were saying, when you leave out of here, you're going through a tunnel. That's
through a
why when
tunnel.
people die for 5 or 10 minutes, they report. They say, "Oh man, I went through this tunnel. I didn't go through the whole tunnel. I woke up before I got through the whole tunnel. But something tell me if I had got through the whole tunnel, I'd be dead." Well, you wouldn't be dead. You just be transferred into another world.
By the speed of thought.
Because your energy,
transferred. Yeah. Right then and there.
It's transferred into another clone world.
That's it.
That's it. See, y'all gotta understand, when the cell dies, the nucleus, the energy that's inside of the cell moves to another cell, another protein coat. Because the outside of the nucleus is called a protein coat. That's a physical vessel.
Yep.
The nucleus is the soul energy that takes over the next cell. When one cell, because cells are dying in the body all the time, just like on Earth, humans are dying all the time because of the micro and the macro. We are blood cells, but we are a synthetic clone version of a spiritual version of a blood cell. Our DNA is a synthetic version of spiritual DNA, which is also called the River of Life or Akashic Records. The Akashic Records in the Book of Life is DNA.
Absolutely.
Because everything that's ever been in existence in your family tree and everything else, even in the center of this planet, there's genetic code.
Facts.
Everything that ever existed on this planet is recorded at the center of the planet.
Facts.
Because the soul is also it keeps records. Your soul keeps records. Your soul is the record keeper. You know, I'd be like, when a baby dies, the soul goes back to God because it is God. Your body, your soul, the energy that's powering your body is God because it's only one source of energy.
Right. And I
There's
always
no
use
other
the
sources of energy. There's only one supreme being in the world that's fragmented.
you know I already you always I always use the analogy of an electric company. You have a source of an electric company that powers
Generator.
that powers all the other homes and towns. I mean, the same way the Most High is the source of energy that powers all the homes, which is our bodies.
And what do
And
they
like
put in between those homes to get the energy through? Transformers. What
transformers,
does
yep.
energy do? Energy transforms.
Transforms. It's the same deal.
Right.
Y'all see the
The
concept?
energy grid is built up the metaphysics of how the Most High operates reality.
These
That's why the
concepts
power
come
electric
from the
company
Most
was
High,
able
right?
to use the metaphysics to build it.
Right. That's the concept. You gotta understand the these physical concepts are based off the spiritual realm. You can't even get these physical concepts without the spiritual realm. That's why I don't understand why they try to separate science from spirituality, because you can't even get science without spirituality. You can't even create a physical world without the metaphysics.
Right.
An outside design has to create these all these systems that is set up has to be created by intelligent design outside of outside of this.
Right. And we get commands
Outside of this realm.
and we perform. We get commands and we perform to keep this world going, just like the computer gets commands from the human to keep the system going. It's the same concept. It's transferable.
Right.
Because that's the only reality there is.
And nature will be like the manual to these physical vessels. You know how everything you buy comes with a manual, a TV, a desk you got to build. It all comes with a written manual. Nature will be our written manual. That's why we have to study nature to understand ourselves, because nature is the manual that we have to follow by to understand ourselves. Y'all catch the concept?
Because it's one of the witnesses.
Everything is based on that concept.
Nature is science, and science is one of the witnesses. Right. Now I'm fitting this into Christianity language, because a lot of us come from Christianity. And
from a background.
That's my background. Right. So I'm able to break that down a little bit better. But all the religions break down the same thing, just in different languages. All the religions are true. All the religions are false. The man-made aspect of the shit that they say you got to do to be part of religion is false. But the core, grassroots, the core of the religion, like the origin of it, what it's doing is expressing the Most High, basically how he created creation and how he expect creation to be ran. And if that's stuck to, then you're within the laws of nature.
Right.
Once you step out of that, you're not in the laws of nature anymore. You're considered unclean or synthetic, which is artificial intelligence. And even that's still accepted by the Most High, because on Noah's Ark, the unclean animals and the clean animals were both invited on there. Because both have to exist to keep the realities going, because you need multiple realities. Because you need multiple realities. One reality would just be death. So the Most High lives on and on and on by what? Creating more worlds. Just like in our genealogy, when we have kids, that's how we live on and on and on through our children. And through our children, through our progeny.
Same concept.
Yeah, it's the same concept. It's transferable. All these concepts that we live in here, that we learning as humans, as we play these roles as humans, is actually, so in that aspect, it is a school to your soul. So when you get your own universe, you know how to conduct yourself inside of it.
Right. You know how to
because
take
your
care of
energy
that
ain't
house.
going nowhere.
Right.
Your energy, your mind is always going to remember everything. You're going to judge yourself in the end. And if you feel like you ain't do things right, guess what? You're going to be repeating.
Same thing as school. It's the same concept. You don't pass the first. You don't pass the first grade. You do the repeat
grade.
Whatever grade you didn't pass, you do to go back and repeat it again.
You gotta repeat it again. You gotta go to
same concept.
Pick it up.
Spiritual concept is the same.
It is.
You do to repeat this life again if you don't pass certain things that you set forth in yourself.
See, in every false system, because all the systems that we have on this planet are rigged, right? But at the core root of each system, even no matter how corrupt it is, there's truth in it. Because everything, the foundation of everything was built off of metaphysics, the reality of the spiritual world. No matter how much we twist stuff up here, the base of all these systems that we're currently living in is still truth and seed in those things.
See
Just
the
like a
truth.
genetically modified fruit, you can still examine a genetically modified fruit and say that, oh, that's a banana or that. But even though it's genetically modified, you can still tell it's a banana. Same thing with humans and the spirit. You can still tell that we're spiritual beings, but we're genetically modified as humans. It's the same thing. It's the same damn thing. We definitely are. Our genetic code as a human is automatically tampered with because it's not original anyway. It's not the original thing. So it was already. So we can't say, oh, they came here and tampered with our DNA and all this. Everything was already tampered with. That's what we trying to get through to y'all. Skynet already happened.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence already took over, and we're operating through artificial intelligence. Your brain is the artificial intelligence.
Get to the chopper.
You looking at the human world, the organic world, which is organic to you, but to the spiritual realm, it's still synthetic. Our organic realm as humans, all of our organic stuff, when we walk out in nature, the trees, the beautiful fruits that's grown, the roses, the beautiful this,
Program
the beautiful
simulator.
that, the shit is still
Program
synthetic and
simulator.
genetically modified and cloned when it comes to comparing it to the spiritual realm.
Program
So no matter
simulator.
how in our mind we think that just because we was born into the organic realm, that the organic is the end all be all, the human version of organic is still synthetic to the spiritual world.
You in the sim game.
Right.
That's what you in. You inside of a sim game. You know what I'm saying? And you got, like I said, you got the remote control. You know what I mean? You got the controller in the spiritual realm controlling yourself inside of this physical realm like the sim game. That's what the sim game is based off of. You feed your sim game, you feed it, you take it out on a date, you take your sim out on a date, you build a house with your sim, you go to work with your sim game, with your sim character, you do all these things with that sim character. That's what we are to the spiritual realm. A controller controlling ourselves inside this sim game. Right.
And we only got five senses in this world.
We
That's
gave
right
ourselves
there,
5
some
senses in this
synthetic
world.
stuff.
Right.
We only got 5 senses. 5 sensors. That's it.
That's it. That's it.
That's all we got. That right there is synthetic. That's synthetic. I guess that's the message we trying to get to. It don't even matter if Jamie Foxx and Dave Chappelle is clone. This world is a clone. Earth is a clone.
We had to come over here to the metaphysical channel and take it up a notch because
we had to. Everything is a damn clone that we dealing with out here, y'all, including your human body.
Yep. So I guess we could leave him with that.
Right. We leaving with that. Right.
It already there's a lot of fulfilling information inside of this live stream. I suggest y'all go ahead and do your own research. Please do your own research. You don't take us for face value. Do your own research. I got to hit y'all with the old head real quick.
That's because you don't have the information.
Okay.
Huh? Just public. All you got to do is go look it up. Huh? Okay. I didn't come here to find out what you think.
No, I'm just asking about
No, you didn't. You say you thought. I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Huh? Huh?
Okay.
For what? I don't want to hear what you thought. Mm-hmm. I saw the check, nigga. Huh? Mm-hmm. So I got to sit in what you thought. Who cares? Mm-hmm. Huh? That's all I'm saying.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. Right. Man, if you ain't shot with Night and Day Net Market yet, make sure y'all head over to nightanddayNetmarket.com. and get you some natural products. We have 25% off on all CBD products. We got CBD cigarettes for y'all that smoke tobacco like that. If y'all need something more healthier and an alternative, we do have different strains of CBD cigarettes. We got pain bombs. We have pre-rolls. We have soaps and lotions that's CBD infused. That's highly medicated to the skin. We have
And our
soap and
CBD
body
don't have
oils.
no chemicals.
No chemicals.
So it's definitely a healthy alternative. We don't use chemicals on any of
None.
our stuff. No synthetic chemicals whatsoever.
None.
Even though, like we were telling you, Earth itself is synthetic, but yeah, what's inside these realms?
Right. The links is pinned to the top. If you ain't get that Ze-Tox, Ze-Tox, Zeolite, Ze-Tox, Detox, definitely get that if you're looking for something that's actually help you clean yourself out, build your immune system, get rid of all that inflammation that you're carrying around. Some of those pain levels that y'all dealing with, the Zeolite will help with that as well. So you know, you might want to rid yourself from all the, the built up inflammation and toxins and all that. You want to get rid of that stuff, get those impurities out of you and all that. So that's nightanddaynetmarket.com. The links is pinned to the top. Again, that's nightanddaynetmarket.com. Make sure y'all head over there and shop with us. We appreciate the mods. Shout out to Melanie Jones for coming and holding us down on the Metaphysics channel. Shout out to Tracy313. Shout out to Ryan James, the one who will. Shout out to you, Cookie. Shout out to you, LA. All right. Shout out to all y'all that came through and rocked out with us. Yeah, I mean, thanks Melanie for gifting people they memberships. And if y'all want to donate, y'all can donate to the Cash Apps. You can donate to you can purchase a membership on this channel, or you can super chat, or however you want to do it, whatever form you want to do it. Or you could just support us freely by just hitting that like button and sharing the live stream if you can. And on that note, man, love.
Be up out of here.
We're gonna keep these live streams popping over here, man. We gotta get this channel built up off this knowledge, man.
Yes.
I know we get into the mess and the gossip and all that on the other channels and this and that, but this channel, we got a cartoon channel as well, but this channel here has to be built based off the knowledge, man. We ain't doing no foolishness over here.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I gotta hit him with the panic real quick, man. Can I hit him with panic before?
This shit is over. Grow the fuck up. This ain't the gossip channel, nigga. It's over. Debates are over. Niggas flashing money is fucking over. Niggas talking about they're gonna call you out and talk about your shit, it's over. Niggas building your fucking school, it's over. You need to do this shit for yourself, nigga. Niggas riding around in Rolls Royce telling you could get one, it's fucking over. Niggas telling you aliens are gonna come to save you, it's fucking over. You worrying about Bobby Emmett's well fucking being, it's over. You worrying about what I'm up to, nigga, it's over. Take the fucking information and transform yourself, or get stuck here, nigger. Fucking nigger.
And we can't just be waiting for black people to rise, because that's another shit too, especially in New York. Black people on the rise. Black people ain't own shit. But getting their ass whipped and going to jail and whatever damn thing.
All right, y'all. We're going to be up out of here.